Hey there everyone, nubkeks here. In today's video, we're going to be reacting to Zepla's video, which is all level 90 job artifact gear ranked. Obviously the link to her original video will be in the description if you just want to go watch that. You don't want to hear what I think. But yeah, this should be pretty cool. Obviously I'm not part of the media tour for Final Fantasy Endwalker, so yeah, by looking at this, we'll hopefully see a lot more detail of the jobs actually, of the gear actually in game. Here's Zepla's thoughts, and I can let you know what I think as well. So, any further ado, let's dive in.
Hey,
let's see what she says.
Endwalker just around the corner. Now's the time to consider which job you might want to play in the new expansion. Which
I haven't
jobs you want to
decided.
take seriously, and you could base that decision on gameplay, or you could base that decision on which job has the best outfit.
That, you know what, that I genuinely consider. I think that's a really important part of a job, right? You gotta love the gear. I will say, out of from watching the job action trailer, what jumped out to me from the job action trailer was Ninja in terms of how their abilities looked. I said, that just looks cool. I would love to play that. That looks cool. In terms of the preview images I have seen of these armor pieces before, the armor that jumped out to me was definitely the Gunbreaker, actually. I thought, wow, that looks cool. That makes me want to play that job. So there's sort of my initial thoughts.
Today we're going to take a close look at all the level 90 gear that we are getting in Endwalker, and I'm going to rank them for which ones I think are the best and which ones I think are just terrible. Now, they will look different sometimes depending on whether you have a male or a female character. And whenever I went to the media tour, I did get footage of all of that, so we can compare here what some will look like on
this
male
is
or
why
female character.
This is why I couldn't do this video myself.
Some hats don't work for Viera, so keep that in mind too. All right, let's hop to it. Let's start with Dark Knight. So this might be my new favorite Dark Knight set. My previous favorite was a level 70 Abyss set.
I don't like that set myself.
Looks a lot more tanky. It's like
I love
dark,
this though.
Medieval dark fantasy.
Oh my god, like look at that. Look at just the details on this armor. That's what jumps out to me. Like this looks like this could be a set in Elden Ring and you'd be wowed by it, you know? This could be out of Dark Souls 3. This has that theme to me. It's the Dark Souls theme, but just the details, just the level of details. Like look at all this intricate detail, even on just the shoulder alone. Throughout the chest, everything. Look at the weapon that matches, again, the detailing on the weapon. It's just so cool. And for me, I love the
like little ruby in the chest.
The ruby in the chest is cool.
Accent there, though, it does to me look like a demon in the chest. Like I see it.
Oh, yeah, okay, I see that. It's like Diablo. Yeah, I can see that little Diablo face. Diablo's got the big head, like the horns. That absolutely does look like Diablo. That's hilarious. But one thing I also like about this armor myself, I think it looks like an actual real set of armor. Like this actually looks pretty practical. It doesn't look ridiculous. It looks great.
Horns and the
you could absolutely wear this and fight in this.
I don't know if you see that too. You do get an armored tail, which is practical if you are on a character that has a tail. Otherwise,
I play a cat.
Kind of a weird
armored tail's good.
The weapon is
I like the robes as well.
Giant, and it looks pretty uncomfortable to sling on your shoulder like that
because it has
weapon
too. Look how thick that
out.
is.
I mean, it makes more sense to hold it like the female character does. The helmet does not work on Viera, but I'm not super wild about the helmet anyway, even though it is really, really thematic.
I probably wouldn't use it, but it looks good.
Look, like if you look at the other Dark Knight.
To go back there, actually, that's something I dig. I really love. I love like the robes at the back, giving you that sort of cape effect, giving that sort of elegant effect. But then, and I also love this sort of tabardy bit through the. I don't even know what you call that. I don't know. A crotch cloth, I don't know. But it looks great, and I love that your legs though are still open, so you still have the effect, that sort of effect of long flowing, which I think fits the Dark Knight well with their sort of spell casting. But you still have, you know, your legs are armored and they're not restricted, so you kind of get the best of both worlds with it. Yeah, I just love this. It's so good.
The classic Dark Knight look. Like if you look at the
she likes it too. Rank it
well. AF sets. Look at Cecil from FF4.
Blob of pixels,
like,
but I believe you.
Thing
he looks like a dragoon almost, doesn't he?
So, I mean,
very similar.
I don't
to
think it would be fair
well.
for me to derank it.
Damn! Like look at the details.
I like when it is so very much Dark Knight.
I like that. I think the gem's important to match the crotch cloth.
Is an
S tier. Okay.
The Paladin set.
Okay.
From the
I'm there with you.
This is like the first glimpse that we ever got of Endwalker was of this set, and so
I still haven't seen the trailer yet.
The set just sort of encapsulates what Endwalker is.
We will watch the trailer.
It's platinum, like the platinum.
Once we finish the MSQ up until
Endwalker is reflected
current
here
point.
in the silver shiny
this
armor.
Week.
And I love it. I honestly feel kind of emotional about this set, and this is gonna sound really stupid, but when I first started playing FF14, I was maining Paladin.
That old set looks terrible. Now, in my opinion, that set looks so bad. It looks like you're wearing plastic.
I remember getting my first
I hate it.
job set, and it
no.
was like really dinky level 50 gear. Like now it's dinky in retrospect.
Yeah,
and
yeah. Looking back,
so
it doesn't
happy.
Look very
I
good.
was so excited.
At the time, though, you probably think it looks great.
I had ever seen in a game, and I was like, I'm never gonna change out of this armor. This is the best armor I've ever had.
Ooh, this one does look good. This one looks cool. I do like the look of this one.
And so now this
again, look at the detailing. Okay, well, I'll say first of all, my initial thoughts on this, I actually prefer the I think it might be the Stormblood set where it's like the more cloth based. I think that's cool, but this is really nice. Again, this looks it has some bits that are a bit unrealistic, kind of, but for the most part, this looks like it could be real armor. You know, like with the mail underneath, and then you've got the plates strapped on, covering the most important bits. But yeah, I mean, this actually looks like real armor. It looks phenomenal, and the detailing is just great.
It's also like.
Yeah.
It makes me think about how far the game has come, how much it's evolved over time, and it's kind of cool to think about. This is true of all Paladin gear, but especially this set. This is main character gear, okay? Like, you're the hero of the story. You look like the king or the queen who got so pissed about what was going on in the kingdom that you stood up and charged right into Paladin yourself. Like, you're just, I'm going to take care of this myself.
For me, I don't know. For me, I like it. I would put it on this rating. I'd probably put it... S tier would be fair enough. I think if you want it in S tier, that's fair. For me, I might put it in the A+, or even halfway between A and S. That's a tough call. I do think it's extremely good. For me, like I said, I prefer the sets with a bit more, a bit more color and stuff. This is kind of more straightforward armor, but it's just done so well. You could legitimately put it in either one. Okay, easy S tier. I think that's fair.
So for
Can't really
argue. So I like it, right? Like it's sort of a mix between an armored set.
It looks terrible on the bunny.
And the barbarian look, and
maybe on a different race.
Cool. Like I like the aesthetic. I always like the warrior aesthetic, but I do not like the axe at all. Like I honestly can't remember the last time that they made an axe
I like the axe.
I liked.
That's
I feel
cool.
like this is just a.
That's cool. It kind of looks like it's almost alive. It's kind of neat. I think it's okay. I think the axe is fine.
Way over designed. Cool. There's too much going on. I kind of like the muscly bits. It like looks like muscle or sinew. I don't know.
Yeah, it does look muscly for sure.
The set itself isn't bad. I mean,
the helmet's horrible.
Concept.
Oh god.
I guess to me, my main issue is
what is that? Oh, okay. That helmet looks way better. That's the Realm Reborn stuff. What is that helmet?
Itself isn't bad. I mean,
oh no, it's like Dragonborn. It's like the Skyrim Dragonborn gone wrong. That looks awful. I mean, maybe it would look good on like, I don't know, like an orc from Lord of the Rings would probably look badass. But yeah, I feel like with the bunny boy and with is this a cat girl? I can't even tell. I don't know. They're just, the barbarian armor just doesn't look that good. They're not muscly enough to really
I like
go with the traditional barbarian look.
I guess to me, my main issue is it feels way too much like the Realm Reborn warrior set.
It's very like that set. I think it's better than that set.
You know, it doesn't feel very unique.
Yeah, it's a better version of that set.
And
it looks good on the VR actually.
In my opinion,
she looks pretty good.
You know, it's fine.
Not so much on the male. I don't like the male VR.
It doesn't feel new or exciting to me. They did send us renders of all the different job sets, and
look, the helmet looks so much better on the. There we go. It's just a straight up. I guess he has the visor pullback. It looks way better with the visor pullback. But yeah, like again, to me, this is cool. For me, as a new Final Fantasy player, if I was leveling up my warrior now, and this was like the set I got, I don't know, in Stormblood or something, so sort of, a good chunk through my leveling progress, but not the top set, I'd be really happy with this. This would be like super cool. And, okay, I can finish off Stormblood with this set and play Shadowbringers with this set, and I'm going to feel pretty badass. For this to be like the pinnacle, though, for this to be like the end game set to wear possibly an Endwalker, that doesn't excite me that much. It doesn't feel like an Endwalker set to me.
They showed a Hrothgar
doesn't feel like that
in this set,
but it's lovely details and stuff too.
However, whenever I had this set in the game for the media tour, the hat was not working on a Viera at that time, so maybe that's something that will change.
Again, I do think that just
at the time of the media tour, the helmet was not working.
The details are lovely though. Like just the way it's put together It's just it fit, everything fits nicely. I really like how sort of sleek these sets are too. They actually, all of these sets so far have really felt like they could be armor that you would actually wear. I think that's really important for that immersive feel.
It's thematic. It's fine. It's just not super inspired. I think this is a B tier.
Yeah.
Set.
Actually,
Gunbreaker.
Yeah, B was my initial guess. Is C too harsh? There's too many tiers here. There's too many tiers. C, it's okay. I would say it's okay. It's pretty good. I don't know. I personally prefer like a 3-tier system, just A, B, C, and I'd put it in B as in like distinctly sort of average, middle of the road. The issue with B and C is that these are sort of split. There's no like just it's middle. I would put it in the middle. Like it's decent, but I'm not going crazy for it. It's okay. It's pretty good.
On to Gunbreaker. So wow.
Oh, this one.
I love this set.
Yes.
It
yes.
Is so good.
This set looks incredible.
It's one of these sets that's so good. It makes you want to level the job.
Yeah.
Even if you don't like that job.
Again,
you want this.
Comparing it to the Shadowbringers Gunbreaker set, which was much more bulky. It was a big old bulky coat. Look how sleek this looks. This looks slick. This looks like something you could actually wear. Like you can imagine, like in the army. Obviously, it's very stylish, right? With like the frilly collar and everything. But you could imagine, like in an actual sort of fantasy army, where they've reached that sort of gunpowder point and they have these guns and weapons. You could absolutely see someone wearing this. I just love all the belts. This is why belts have been removed in Endwalker, by the way. The belts have all been removed. We have to have 3 per leg right there. There's a belt that's not even closed. It's just sort of hanging open. We got a belt here. We got belts for the shoulders. There's belts on the arms. All the belts have been recycled for the Gunbreaker armor.
Outfit, like it is sleek.
But this is great.
It's form-fitting. It's professional. You even have like a little bit of a starched.
There's a belt on the
collar here.
Oh, I hadn't seen that collar.
Like
look at that.
Bodyguard for the
wait a second. What's up with the collar? Wait a second. Like that. Do they have like one bit of the collar down and then one bit up? Well, that's a bit weird.
That job.
That's weird.
This is another secret service, which
it looks great from behind as well, man. From behind, you've got more color. I just love the colors here. It's so simple in terms of a color scheme, but it just works. That sort of black leather sort of look. That's so good. And then the white. Just the 3 colors makes it work. But I want to see that bit from behind. Where's it?
You're like billionaire.
Man, from behind it looks great as well. Just again, the details on that cloak from behind it. It just looks phenomenal. The weapon looks cool too.
Secret Service, which...
Yeah, I absolutely love this.
We're going to space, so... that kind of
the only thing, I don't like that collar. Don't like that. Why is it looks like it's just sticking straight out. That looks like, you try to look down and you stab yourself in the chin. That looks uncomfortable. So I'm not a huge fan of that. It looks like it's just, there's a collar piece. I don't know. The eye patch, leave it or take it. But
this expansion, honestly,
damn.
Most of the tank sets are
S-tier.
Incredible. So this
S-tier
is
set right there.
Tank set had S-tier.
This is the reason I'm leveling Gunbreaker. It's so good.
Moving on to Samurai. So I think this is a set that has really grown on me. When I first saw a glimpse at it at the live letter where Yoshi
looks terrible there.
The job gear.
Looks like an emo. It's like, I don't know. I feel like they chose a bad character. It just kind of looks very boxy, right? It looks really boxy. I don't really like that. Don't want to be a big box. I want to be more elegant.
I'm not really sure what to think of it, but now after seeing it in game, I really like it a lot, and I think that the eye thing is super cool. Even if, especially since it makes
like
you
smudges?
Look kind of goth.
It kind of looked like there was some filigree or something in there.
Looks like you have like some.
Oh yeah. Okay. Oh yo, look at that. Look at that. Hang on, wait for the zoom in. Oh, so that's weird. Okay. So it's not just like war paint or like ash or something to stop, I don't know, sunlight reflecting off your face. I don't know how it works. It looks like it's an actual like armor piece on the face. That's interesting. I don't know if I like it, but I actually think that's pretty cool. And actually, now that you see it in game, I can see what she's saying in terms of growing on her. It looks less boxy here. Okay.
Especially since
it looks great on Makote. That's I play a female Makote because I have to play female Makote because it's just so underrepresented. So I have to fit in. Sorry, to sort of stand out from the crowd a bit. So But looks great on the Makote.
Dark makeup on there.
I think it's just a bad picture.
The best samurai set
yeah, that looks
so
lovely
far,
from behind. That looks great.
I like it a lot more than the one from Shadowbringers.
Again, the details are
just
good.
As good, if not better, than the original samurai set.
Okay.
I don't want to give it an S rank though, because it's not really my aesthetic.
You know what?
It's a very subjective, personal list. And it did have
the weapon's got a nice shine on the scabbard.
So,
Look at that.
Me, I
it's
kind of
got some
a
colors.
Really solid set. This is an A.
You know what? Okay, I'm gonna be honest here. Going into this, from seeing that preview image, I would have assumed that this would be like a D tier set. Honestly, when I see this in game, I think this might be an S tier set. I think when I look at this in game, this might actually be an S tier set. One thing I really like here, it's kind of subtle, but you have that sort of idea of like these that you've actually armor on her arms. Can you kind of get that vibe? It's hard to see, obviously, but it looks like she's actually got armor on her arms, and then you got these really loose sleeves, which are just sort of like decorative almost. And again, I love this. I don't know what you call this. It looks like a really sort of heavy, is that pleated skirt. I think it looks great. It's got that really traditional feel to it. But again, like even the shoulders here with sort of a little bit of it. The shoulder pads aren't too extreme though, but it has, you know, it has that traditional sort of Japanese vibe. It has a bit of a militaristic vibe, like a military jacket.
A lot more than the one
I think this is great, which fits samurai perfectly. And yeah, I'm loving this weapon and the effect on the weapon. It looks great.
Samurai set. I don't want to give it an S rank.
No, I disagree. You convinced me. You convinced me it's an S tier.
Okay, so
it's okay. This one is okay. I'd say this is B tier. Let's see. B.
I don't play monk because I've never really been drawn to that aesthetic.
Again, lovely details.
But there have been some monk sets in the past that I
guess
really
there's no
liked.
weapons.
What I will say about this set that I do like, I like the tattoos. Always having tattoos on your set.
The tattoos
awesome.
are cool. Hopefully they look good in all the races. I'm sure they will.
As a concept, I don't know.
You know, I like the sleeves. I think the sleeves are cool. I guess the sleeves unfortunately don't separate from the gloves. The gloves are fairly hefty gloves, but the sleeves are cool, and I do sort of like that look.
The execution, even though it does match the tattoos, I mean, it fits with the outfit.
You know what?
But do I love
I like
it?
I could,
not
yeah,
so
B.
Sure.
I think this is B.
The weapon is really awesome because the weapon is literally just gloves, and I think that's extremely cool. And so
there's no weapon. Okay, yeah, that's fine. I just hide the weapon usually
like
anyway for monk.
But overall,
I like the neck piece.
As a complete package, I can't really say
that
I'm in love with it. I wouldn't say that it's as sexy as like the Stormblood monk gear, which was extremely good.
I prefer this to Stormblood. I've heard people say they really like the Stormblood monk gear. I actually don't really like it that much. I like this. I feel like this. I don't even know what you call it, like a skirt, the kilt. Kind of looks like, you know, when you're a teenager and you tie your hoodie around your waist and then hang behind. Kind of that look. I actually really like this. I think this would be super cool. Especially when you're like spinning around and doing all the kicks with monk. I think that will really accentuate it. You know what? The more I look at the set, the more I like it. I do still feel like maybe it's just a B tier set, but I feel like it's definitely not. There's no way it's an S tier set. No way. It's one of the best ones. Not a chance. But if you were to argue with me and tell me, no, nubkeks, this is an A tier set. It's cool. The tattoos are cool. We got the sort of lighter upper half. And it looks like a movable set, but you're still gonna, you know, you've got flexibility in it, but it's gonna look cool when you're spinning around doing all the monk kicks and dashes and stuff. I'm there for that.
It's okay. It's all right.
The mask thing is funky.
So for that reason, I think
it's
it
cool.
Being all right. Well, I think it's C tier. Yeah. C.
I think C tier is too harsh. I think it's too harsh. I think a solid B. A solid B at worst for that monk set. I think it's actually pretty good.
Okay. So
Okay.
It's It's not.
Does she have some sort of effect? Like, I don't think she's playing with any mods or any effects. I could tell that I don't think she likes this. What? It almost looks luminous. It's almost like neon colors. This did not come through at all.
It's not good.
In the concept art. Look at that. Like, it looks like it's glowing. Looks like it's glow in the dark.
Like, I realize, yes, the mask, it's traditional.
The mask looks good on the female Makote.
Traditional stuff.
Again, this looks better on the female Makote. It actually looks okay.
That it looks good.
Okay, if you can dye that,
it's terrible.
It will look better.
I tried this set on 3 different characters, and they all looked terrible in this set. It looks like a clown suit, frankly.
Okay, yeah. I think you could change the pants. Not a huge fan of the pants, to be honest. But if you're able to dye the color, it just depends how much you can dye the color. If you can dye the color to something darker, I actually think this is a solid, again, a solid B tier set. I actually think it's pretty cool. I like the scarf. The details are cool. The gloves look great. Like if she goes close up at some point here, the gloves, I thought the gloves look really good. And I like the little detail stuff. I do think the pants are kind of weird. I like this bit in the middle too. I like the sort of the shouldery sleeve things. That looks great. That's cool. I mean, you got some chainmail in there too.
It makes me sad because I know that Ninja had
I like that.
one of the sexiest pants in the game. If you're a female character, I think for one of the Realm Reborn sets, if I remember.
I don't like that. I don't like that. No.
Extremely sexy pants.
I can see it. It's like good. It's skin tight beige leather.
Well,
looks good on a Vieira.
Okay,
it's not for me.
All I can say about that. This is terrible. That's an F tier.
The mask. F.
No,
wow. Ooh, that is harsh.
So
that is harsh. Yeah. Again, for me, it really depends on how you can dye that thing. I think it's, if you cannot dye it, I think it's C or D tier. I think it's pretty poor. It just looks. I agree. It does look kind of like a clown suit with the luminous stripes and the big balloon pants. It looks a little silly. But I think the set's not too far off of being pretty good. And the mask, I don't know if I like the mask, but it's unique, and I think that's good. This set looks amazing. It's kind of like Iron Man here, actually.
The Dragoon set is honestly incredible. It is amazing. It is amazing.
Iron Man Dragoon.
When I first saw a glimpse at the Dragoon set at that live letter, we got the first look.
Yeah, do we have the concept art?
I was not sure about it. I thought it was pretty good.
I thought it looked good. I didn't feel like the chest thing was as pronounced. That's super pronounced right there. It really pops. Like it literally looks like an Iron Man thing.
The armor that.
Look at the glow. It's super close. Man, this armor looks amazing.
The weapon itself looks incredible. And, this doesn't have any
cool.
like corny dragon scales or dragon wings
the helmet,
on it, and yet it still looks.
The helmet looks like the one from Batman versus Superman, right? Looks like the Batman helmet. The Zack Snyder Batman helmet. I don't like the helmet. I could ditch the helmet. Wouldn't wear the helmet, but the rest of the set looks great. Again, looks sleek.
I love it.
Looks practical.
Any Dragoon that wouldn't be super,
it looks like a Dragoon.
The set, I think it might be the best.
It looks high tech.
Dragoon set.
Yes.
Yeah, I think
agree.
It might be.
I agree. S tier. I agree. I think that is the best Dragoon set. I think it's super good. It looks really practical. It looks great.
Reaper set. So I would not.
A lot of these sets are good, actually. Really, wow.
Job if I didn't absolutely love and adore this job set, which obviously I do. I mean, it should be no surprise. And for me, the biggest part of the set, it's the weapon. The weapon is giant. It is a huge scythe. It's so big. It actually has to fold. Whenever you're just walking around, it folds back.
Which folds up. That does look pretty cool. Okay. I mean, all right. My thoughts, my initial thoughts, I didn't actually think that she'd like this set that much. I mean, the set is cool. It's decent. It's solid. It doesn't blow me away, though. I feel like because it's, the first Reaper set, I feel like this is, the most classic Reaper set. I feel like it's the most classic. Kind of like I feel like a lot of the Heavensward sets for a lot of the classes have that really classic look to them. I feel like a lot of the Realm Reborn sets are a bit too old. Heavensward is like bigger budget, better sets. Generally, I feel. I feel like this is good. I don't know if it blows me away, because it's relatively simple. It's just sort of the one color. It's just pretty much black almost the entire way through. There's not really very light other colors.
I really like this set.
I love the mask bit. It's great though.
Super different. I feel like I've never.
I love
seen
the mask.
Like it before.
I almost wish you could have the mask bit.
You have some cutouts here for us.
And then the hat as separate things, so there'd be options. But I think they're gonna be stuck together.
This is covering your whole face, so only your eyes are peeking out.
Yeah, I love that.
Honestly, pretty creepy.
That's actually super cool.
Little bit spooky vibes from this set.
Super cool.
But that makes a lot of sense.
I love the cape. It looks great. The weapon is good. I like how their battle stance is. S tier. Okay. I think that's a bold choice. I wouldn't go so far as to put that S tier. I would say it's probably A tier, probably, for the Reaper set. Yeah, I feel like it's just a bit too one color, but I feel like it's definitively Reaper, but it just doesn't like blow my mind. It's like, wow, that's Reaper and it's insanely cool. It's just like, okay, Reapers are really cool, and that is what a Reaper looks like.
Okay, well,
I like this.
I guess it's time for me to turn in my dancer card because I don't like
what?
it. And
oh, this is great. This is a great set.
Love this set. I can't.
I think there's two. Okay, I think there's two different versions. I think there's a male version as well, which I think does look better. But I love this. I think this looks great. Again, it's got great details. The thing I really like about it though is it's different. You know, you got your little hot shorts and your little sort of tank top, then with a sort of back skirt thing. You know, like that's cool. It's just different.
I do love the weapons.
I love
They're
it.
really cool and different, amazing. Though
the weapon, I don't like the weapons so much. I mean, they're all right, but
by the right side.
I don't know.
Mid-air.
What are you gonna do with that weapon? Like, what's that do?
Shorts, personally.
Do you like punch someone with that? Do you throw? How do you throw that? It doesn't look aerodynamic. I don't like the weapon.
But I will say that on a male character, the dancer
it's
set
better.
Looks absolutely incredible.
Yeah, the male set that looks so good. That looks so. It actually kind of looks like the Reaper set. It's like the Reaper's gone wild. It's what the Reaper throws on when they go out to the club. This looks amazing. I love this. Again, it's just super sleek. It's realistic. This is just badass, though, isn't it? Just especially like the black instead of like the female set is the red, the traditional dancer red. It's having like the black set. It's just cool.
So
it's cool.
Different in my opinion. I really like it on a male character.
Yeah, and like all the little bit of color on the jewelry, the colors on the jewelry and the ribbons,
like
all the like the golden details.
Me, I would put dancer boy at S tier.
Yeah,
I would put.
I agree. It's definitely S tier. It's super good.
At D tier.
Nah,
so
no. The girl for me, the girl is A tier.
I guess
for me, the girl is A tier and the boy is S tier.
Yeah, I think that evens out. Moving on to
B tier.
Bard. So
okay.
It is a crime that the hat does not work for Vieira for this set because the hat is so essential to the look for this set.
This kind of looks a little like the samurai set. Something about the top bit
once
there.
Every 2 years for your job, it's really special. They could.
This is only okay. I'd say this is a B tier set.
Hats work for all of the races for all of the AF gear. You know, I don't think that's too much to ask.
I like the top bit there. I like the top bit. I feel like this top half looks good. This looks good. You got like the white and the black kind of jaunty. I like the little sleeves, like the frilly sleeves. Then you've got like the red scarf. There's a lot going on in the top half. The top half looks cool. I'm not convinced by the bottom.
For all of
the bottom is very bland.
All of the AF gear. You know, I don't think that's too much to ask.
The bottom is a bit bland.
The ears clip out the top.
It doesn't work. The bottom.
Actually better than
this one has just no bottom.
Blood, which set a pretty high bar, honestly, for other sets.
That's okay. I don't like the color.
Feel like a spiritual success.
Again, this looks good. Again, I like it. I don't like the hat. The hat's
overall,
a bit big.
I think it's a nice set, but I just can't.
It's very bardic.
Like
this looks a bit better on the female.
It's so safe. It's so safe.
It looks better on the female.
It almost feels too professional for Bard. Like
I disagree. That I like the. I see what she's saying with it's professional. I think it's a common theme through basically all of these sets is that they're very realistic seeming sets. These look like sets that people would actually wear. This one is a little bit more impractical. Like, what purpose is this big? This feels like a very heavy coat, and I just feel like if I'm going to be using a bow, I don't want to be firing a bow with this big heavy jacket in the way and getting in the way and all these sort of loose bits in the way. It just seems impractical.
I don't like the more
you know what, this is a C tier set.
Rockstar
C.
looks for Bard. Like,
demoting
I
it.
love the level 50 gear. I think it was Realm Reborn gear.
That's pretty
You've got
terrible.
like one pants that stars.
I do like the
other
pants being different. It's a bit
stripes.
ridiculous.
If you look at even the 60
I like this
set though, the 70 set, and arguably even the level 80 gear.
That's horrible.
They all give off such a fun vibe. Like, you're the
I don't
life
like that
of
one
the
at all.
party, and
So
I feel
bad.
like that's what this set really lacks. It's okay. It looks good. I just feel like it's a bit too straight laced.
This is
like
definitively
I said,
it's okay.
Feels too professional, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, for me, I don't like the big heavy thing at the bottom, and it's just all black at the bottom. I don't like that.
So,
Machinist.
yes, this gear is pretty similar to the level 80
This is
gear.
pretty cool.
But the level 80 gear
That's
was
very
amazing,
cowboy.
so of course this is amazing too.
Okay,
I mean,
this
it
one
looks
does not
great.
feel
It's a great
cowboy.
set.
Okay, here's the thing. I feel like is it similar to the level 80? Yeah, it is similar, but I feel like the level 80 gear felt very cowboy. This one feels very steampunk. It does still have that cowboy vibe. You know, a lot of the steampunk stuff is. You know, you could see that. You could see someone in Firefly wearing this set, I think. I love this. What's it? A cravat? Is that a cravat? The shirt and the cravat, the collar. I think this is cool. And again, you've got lots of nice details. I don't love the colors. I feel like the colors are pretty bland. But I think this works. I like this. This is an A.
Yeah, I love this set.
It's an A set. I love the cravat.
Vibes.
Oh, the cravat's so
ribbon.
good.
I like the goggles.
It's so good. This is just stylish.
The minigun you have.
I'm a stylish steampunk.
And I feel like this is something I've said for multiple sets. It just doesn't feel original. Okay. And,
maybe when you can dye it, it'll get better. But yeah, I think this is an A-tier set.
That much because the set still looks really
great.
Good.
That looks great.
So
again, I like the belts.
Be more original, but looks great. So
I like it.
I think we're gonna pull.
It's actually quite similar to the Gunbreaker set. The Gunbreaker set is better.
Okay, so
that's a good second.
Red Mage is next. I do like the fact that as a female character, this time you get some pants instead of a skirt. Normally, I like skirts.
Okay, we get pants with it. Okay, I like it. I like it. I mean, you don't get many pants. You mostly have thigh boots. There's a little bit of pants there. I think this is probably like an A-tier set.
But it's nice to have a little variety.
I actually think this is pretty cool.
Not so sure about the egg. I honestly prefer this set.
The egg, the weapon? Dude, the egg is amazing. The egg is amazing. Will I ever use it? Probably not, but hey, it's different. It's cool. I like this. Again, I like the different colors. You've got the red, but the red isn't like overwhelming. I really like the blue cape, the sort of counter pose, and the cape is just very, again, it's a very stylish cape. You look like you're from the Renaissance or something, like with this cool cape. Yeah, no, I think this is nice. I think this is nice. And, you know, the big boots sort of balance out the big shoulder pieces. Maybe the shoulder pieces are a bit too big, but no, I think this is good. I like it a lot.
Male character, I think it looks better on a male character, and I'll tell you why. The
weapon is too big.
Makes it so it feels a little top heavy. You know what I'm saying? Like, having booba makes it just like there's so much going on the top part that it feels a little bit lopsided.
This character has like no booba. I can't say. There's like a big fucking thing in the way.
If that's the right word to use, but I feel like on a male character.
Where's the booba? There's no booba ruining that. It's totally fine. What are you talking about? It does have a bit of a Actually, where's the male? It has a bit of a corset vibe, doesn't it? A corset? Corset. I guess it has a corset vibe on the male too, but it's not as pronounced.
It feels a little bit.
It kind of is like, it is a corset. It is a corset.
Aesthetic.
I love the cape. Oh, it looks so good. I tell you, this looks amazing from behind. Obviously, the tail's clipping through, but I love that, like this little jaunty shoulder piece, and then the cape coming off on the one side. That looks so
a more
good.
sleek look.
That looks great.
So
I like it. I'm not sure. Like, actually, now I look at it, I'm not sure if I like the shorts.
Or better.
I feel like the shorts to boots ratio is too bad. It just looks like you're wearing shorts. It looks like you could put on a cool jacket. It's like, you put on a cool long sleeve jacket and then you're wearing a pair of shorts. I don't like that part.
Some people might say that this Red Mage set is kind of samey, and that I think that's valid. But then again, like, Red Mage is a job that has an incredibly specific aesthetic, right?
I do think that older set does look better. This old Stormblood set looks better.
It would help if they could.
But this is a good follow-up to it. I prefer the Stormblood one. But this one is good, and I really like the blue in the cape.
Maybe more so than other jobs.
And I love the shirt. The shirt looks great.
Of that
details.
Very specific aesthetic. It's decent. It's a decent set. Am I wild about it? Not exactly. So I'm gonna call this.
The weapon's too big.
It's okay.
See, a bit harsh.
The summoner gear looks absolutely fantastic. I love it, and you have a big horn this time. You don't have like a little dinky horn like in Shadowbringers. I feel like the colors are sort of
the horn is actually pretty cool.
Oriented, which is really cool.
Again, we have like the traditional sort of black and white and gold and a bit of color. This is great. I love this. Yeah, I agree. This looks great.
And I like the gold trim.
This looks great. Like the top stands on its own. The bottom stands on its own. Again, you've got like an interesting cut to the skirt, and the skirt has good details on it. This looks, looks great. Really I love the shoulders and the back actually of the chest.
It's sort of like
really
brass,
detailed.
Actually, not quite gold. I like the sort of wing-like features on the shoulders.
Yeah, and I like the asymmetry. Really asymmetrical.
Super over the top. You do still have butt wings, though. Gotta have the butt wings, which are fine. They look good.
Of course.
But honestly, like taking a really close look.
I like it. You can there you go. That's got a booba. That's got booba.
Appreciate the attention to detail here.
The honestly, weapon looks great too.
I think this one deserves S
tier.
It's one of the best summoner sets of all time. It looks really, really good.
Yeah, I put it A to S.
This might be
A
of
to
all
S.
the sets the most.
I don't love it as much as some of the others.
Set.
This is pretty cool. Is this Black Mage or Astrologian?
This might actually seem a little harsh because I do like it.
I think it's Black Mage.
But the problem is that it feels like a dungeon set.
Obviously.
It just feels like a standard caster robe.
I like this. I like it actually. Hang on, go back.
It feels like a standard caster.
Okay. I like the top. I love all the necklaces and stuff. That's cool.
That drops in the new dungeon. It doesn't seem.
I don't like it
like
anywhere near as much in this character.
90 AF gear set. And
one thing I do feel like the robe part of it is very
female version,
very tubular robe. It's like World of Warcraft robe.
So cool and so thematic.
That one I don't like that one too much. I prefer this. I actually think this is pretty cool. I love the top half. I love that it's like this closed robe, like up to your neck, and then it sort of goes up your neck. It feels sort of restrictive in a sense, and I like that. I sort of feel like that fits with this.
I like the charms and fangs on the jewelry, like
Black Mage vibe. I like the arms. The arms look good.
But then it feels like
I think this is decent.
A lot here. It feels really bland overall. And
I disagree. I like this.
Pretty disappointed.
I like it.
Compare it to something like the Summoner set that has so many artful details all throughout it. And
I actually think what makes this set for me is that although overall it's very plain, overall it's this black robe. I really like this sort of line across the shoulders with, again, the robe going up the neck a bit. I think there's tons of details in those necklaces. And I really like this little detail here underneath as well. It does feel, to be fair, it feels very reserved. But it's kind of like, I've got a little bit of bling with my necklaces and I got a bit of bling underneath there,
Very well thought out, very coherent, very thematic. It's just...
I think it's cool.
It's missing so much.
No, I like it.
It's D tier.
No, I disagree. I like it, actually. I think it
okay,
A tier.
White Mage. So,
this is A tier as well.
Look, I absolutely love this set. My God, it really is so extra. Like,
it's good.
So many.
I do love that big bow on the back.
Tiara.
That is nice.
I don't think there's another set in the entire game that will make you feel quite as pretty. As this.
Oh,
set.
Look at that on the male.
And yes, I was a bit surprised by the fact that the male version is basically the same. Like the only difference I could see is the male version has it doesn't have a cutout, like tiny cutout right here, and the shoulders are not cut out. But that's it.
The male version looks pretty good, actually.
The same. And I kept saying that I hope that they would be more bold and take more risks in the sets. And
I like it. Again, it doesn't blow my socks off.
Incredibly invigorating. I think he looks fantastic.
I do like that. So I think it's much better. At least not a nun set either. It looks more like I think the female version looks better. I like the arm cutout. I do. I like the arm cutouts. One thing with some of the other female sets, sometimes the arms can be too big. I feel like this has got a really nice balance. It looks that practical. It does. This looks like something someone would wear to a wedding. It does. It looks like a wedding dress. It looks like a wedding cake almost. I like it. Yeah, no, I do like it.
Great. It looks great. It's so
and
fun.
I really like the details and like the lacy bit on the neck and stuff.
Excellent. S tier. Love it. I love this set.
I would for me, I would put it in A tier. But yeah, no, I could see that.
So
I could see it S tier. It is good.
Scholar set. So
I'd like this a lot too.
The Scholar set when I first had a glimpse of it.
I like this a lot.
It's not really frumpy.
Oh, I like that a lot. Yeah, again, this looks like nobility. This looks like officer in the army. I think that's really badass. I think it's great. I love this shirt. Like, look at the shirt. Look at this. Like the ruffles up here at the neck. You got like this. I don't even know what that is. The bit you button up and it's got all ruffles and fluffles
like
and
so many Scholar sets.
Yeah.
This time it's actually classy.
And I like the little bits of color. He's got the red and I like the yellow inside. It's subtle, but it pops. Okay, it pops a lot more there. The colors here in this lighting are popping a lot more. This looks phenomenal. This looks so good. I even like the hat. And it's a stupid hat. It looks dumb as fuck, but I like it. I do. This is making me want to play Scholar. I think this is super good. Again, it's, you know, I feel like, where's the Dragoon set, for example? The Dragoon set really pops out. It's like, whoa, this is like completely crazy and different. This one is very similar to Machinist and to Gunbreaker. I still think Gunbreaker is my favorite of this type. You know, but again, this looks wonderful. A-tier set, easily an A-tier set, easily.
Media Tour when I saw this set on a male character, because
I love the little medals there too on the chest. That's great.
So good. Like, you look like a
it's got a little bow on the back too.
Perusing their
little butt bow
library. It exudes authority. Like,
it does.
If you
ignore the bow on the back.
I would say that for males it's S tier. For females it's like B. So I think I'll put this at A.
I thought I liked it as much on the females, actually.
With nothing really to compare to.
Scholars.
It's so fresh and so.
I would say, ooh, this is an interesting one. I would say this is probably S tier. I think this looks incredible. I feel like compared to the Reaper, I feel like with the Reaper, it's just like, this is like your standard Reaper. I feel like the Sage one pops more. It's got the really nice colors. It has just a really interesting silhouette to it.
Medical grade. Glam.
With like the sort of central robe.
The visor is super cool.
But then it's sort of open at the sides. It's cool. The visor's
like
sick.
Little ether gauges on the set. Like, you look like a fantasy doctor, fantasy scientist. It complements.
Yeah, you do look like, you know, you're a sci-fi doctor.
We have seen
a sci-fi fantasy doctor.
Glory already,
and the weapons are just so good as well.
I don't think anybody doesn't like this set. I've never heard
the visor.
They don't think it looks awesome. Oh, the aesthetic for Sage is incredible.
It goes up and okay, that's so good.
Looks incredible. That's an easy.
Yeah, that's an S tier. Yeah.
Okay, astrology.
So, okay. F tier. This for me, you've probably been saying, I kind of predicted I feel like as we went through this video, I think this is probably the last one. Probably. As we went through this video, I feel like I was putting a lot of stuff in A and B tier. I feel like I'll probably get comments giving out about that. But for me, here we go. This is my first F tier. I think this looks awful. This looks like Shadowbringers, but worse.
Okay, it looks great. Very cool. Very inspired. It's nice. The weapon is really good. It seems like a different team was working on the weapon and who was working on the set, because the weapon.
I like everything from the waist up. Waist up is good.
Pile of unfolded laundry.
But it's very similar to the Shadowbringers.
It literally looks like you got all of your astrologian sets from the past.
And I absolutely hate these legs. Oh God. It's like, just this bottom half. It's so bulky. It looks terrible.
All in the wash together, and then you forgot which pieces go with the what. Like, it
looks so bad.
Sloppy.
The turban's actually okay. Again, from the top, this picture, this shot right here, in fact, the entire shot, I go with this. This is okay. I just hate how heavy the skirt part is, the bottom of the dress is towards the bottom, and that heavy frill and the big bell bottom pants.
Frumpy. It looks like it's been downcycled, not up.
Again, you imagine this. Here's the thing about this set.
Downcycled.
Like, imagine how impractical it is with those big stupid trousers.
In the set, in the media.
Like, imagine you show up for Endwalker, and like, you know, you got your Paladin, he's in his Paladin and Dark Knight are in like their proper suits of art, like real functional sets of armor, completely realistic. Like the Gunbreaker and the Scholar are there in like their military uniforms. Everyone's in like the super practical armor that looks good, but it's also actually ready to fight, functional on the battlefield in a very immersive way. And then you show up in these big stupid pajama pants.
And I just couldn't get over
No.
Dumb it felt.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Like, walk around.
Good. Okay, we are agreed. This
under
sucks.
My dress. It's a mess, and it's horrendous.
It's a mess. Yes.
It is.
Okay, there we go. I think that's it, right? Is that it?
If I could put it below F, I would. But
if you could put it below F, I would. Fair. Again, I think that's fair. So overall, I do think that my ratings are actually pretty similar to Zepla's then after we come out at the end of it. So yeah, again, for me, Dark Knight, yeah, absolutely. Paladin, I think that's fair. Gunbreaker, 100%, and Dragoon, 100%. For me, Reaper would be an A or a B, I guess. The Summoner, I think, is really cool. The White Mage is great. Sage is phenomenal. Samurai, for me, actually, this is my biggest takeaway from this. I thought I was going to hate the Samurai armor. I honestly actually love it. And same thing with the Machinist and the Sage. I do think that the Sage, the colors on the Sage and the Gunbreaker compared to the Machinist, I think they pop more. I love the Machinist design, but I feel the colors are a bit bland. So I would definitely rate Sage higher than Machinist. but Machinist is pretty decent. The Warrior for me is pretty weak, and the Bard is pretty weak. I actually really like the Dancer. Monk, I agree, is not great. Red Mage I'd rate a bit higher, though actually now I think about it in sort of totality, maybe not as good as the others just because I didn't like the shorts. Black Mage I put higher. I think it's fine. I think it's decent. And Ninja, depends if you can dye it, and this is horrible. So yeah, there you go. I don't know. Let me know what you think, guys. Do you agree or disagree? Again, I feel like for the most part, pretty similar in my thoughts to what Zepla thought. There you go. Let me know. What is your number one? Is Astrologian definitively the worst? Let me know in the comments. I'll see you very soon. Thank you for watching, everyone. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.